I was thrown out in the cold with my mute nephew, hunted by beasts who wanted our blood, only to be saved by the most dangerous predator of all, the ruthless alpha king with eyes that burned through my soul. They say he lost everything once, that his heart turned to stone the day his family was murdered. But when I tried to escape his fortress, I discovered the horrifying truth about why he was keeping us prisoner. Now I'm caught between a madman's revenge and a broken king's protection, fighting for a child who might be the key to healing both our shattered lives. Subscribe and comment if you've ever found yourself falling for someone you were supposed to fear. This Alpha King story will have you questioning everything you thought you knew about monsters and men. I clutch Eli's hand tighter as the door slams behind us. His small fingers tremble in mine. Snow falls around us, each flake a reminder of how quickly warmth can vanish. Go back to your room, my brother's words still echo. I won't shelter your dead sister's burden. Eli tugs at my sleeve, his wide eyes asking what I cannot answer. His silence speaks volumes since the night his mother died. My sister's final plea, protect him, weighs on my heart. We'll find somewhere, I say, though the darkness mocks my empty promise. The path ahead disappears into the forest. Our meager belongings fit in one bag. I sling it over my shoulder and pull Eli closer. I'll protect you, no matter what, I whisper. Night falls faster in winter. The trees loom over us like sentinels guarding secrets. Eli's breath forms small clouds that disappear too quickly. His feet drag through deepening snow. I pick him up when he stumbles. His weight reminds me how small 7 years can be. How fragile. The first howl splits the silence. My heart races. Rogues. Wild wolves who've forgotten their human sides. We need to move faster. I set Eli down and grab his hand. We run blindly through branches that claw our faces. The howls multiply. I count 3 distinct voices. My legs burn with each step. Eli falls. Blood smears across his palm. I hoist him onto my back and push forward. Almost there, I lie. The clearing appears suddenly. Moonlight spills across untouched snow. I pause to catch my breath. Eli's arms tighten around my neck. The first rogue bursts through the trees behind us. Its mangled form, not fully wolf, not fully human, charges with unnatural speed. 2 more flank it, their eyes reflecting hunger. I set Eli down behind me. Stay back. My fingers find a fallen branch. The wood feels inadequate against their fangs, but I raise it anyway. The lead rogue circles us, drool dripping from exposed teeth. When I say run, you run, I tell Eli. His hand clutches my jacket. He won't leave me. I know this. The rogue lunges. I swing the branch. It connects with a sickening crack, but the creature barely flinches. Its claws rake across my arm. Pain explodes through my nerves. The second rogue leaps. I fall backward, shielding Eli with my body. Its hot breath hits my face. A shadow darker than night crashes into the rogue. Massive jaws close around its throat. Blood sprays across the snow. A black wolf, the largest I've ever seen, stands between us and the remaining rogues. Its shoulders rise higher than my waist. Power radiates from its massive frame. The rogues hesitate. The black wolf growls. The sound shakes the ground beneath my feet. One rogue retreats. The other chooses death. The fight ends quickly. Eli's eyes widen. His fingers loosen their death grip on my jacket. The wolf turns. His eyes find mine. Intelligence burns in their amber depths. Not a rogue. Something else. He watches us for several heartbeats, then disappears into the trees. Thank you, I whisper to the emptiness. I drag Eli forward, my arm bleeding freely now. A hunter's hut appears through the trees. Its door hangs open. Shelter. My vision blurs. The cold seeps into my bones. I collapse inside, pulling Eli against my chest. His heartbeat matches mine. Sleep, I tell him. I'll keep watch. My eyes close against my will. The last thing I remember is the howl of a wolf, closer now. My body fails me as darkness claims my consciousness. Eli's weight vanishes from my arms. I wake to unfamiliar warmth. Soft furs cradle my body instead of the hard floor of the hunter's hut. Panic floods my chest as I bolt upright. "Eli?" My voice echoes in the vast stone chamber. Tapestries line walls built for giants. A fire roars in a hearth large enough to stand in. My arm throbs dully, wrapped in clean bandages. The door swings open. A woman enters, her face lined with years of careful observation. Her eyes find mine. She sets down a tray of steaming food. "The boy is safe," she says. "He's with the king." My heart stutters. "What king? Where am I?" "Northern Wild's castle." She straightens her apron. "I'm Maris, the head housekeeper. You're fortunate His Majesty found you." I throw off the furs. My legs shake as they touch the cold floor. "Take me to Eli now." Maris sighs. "Follow me then, though His Majesty won't appreciate the interruption." She leads me through corridors that twist like a labyrinth. Guards stand at attention, their eyes following our passage. Each wears the emblem of a crowned wolf. We stop before massive wooden doors. Maris pushes them open without knocking. The great hall stretches before us, dominated by a long table. At its head sits a man whose presence fills the room. Dark hair frames a face carved from granite. His shoulders strain against fine clothing. Eli sits beside him, drawing on parchment. His small fingers grip a charcoal pencil. He looks unharmed. The man looks up. His eyes find mine. Recognition hits me like a physical blow. The wolf. Those same amber eyes watched me in the forest. "You're awake." His voice is deep, controlled. "Your nephew has talent." Eli notices me. He slides from his chair and runs across the hall. I drop to my knees, wrapping him in a desperate embrace. His small body trembles against mine. "Thank you for your hospitality," I say, rising to my feet. "We'll be on our way now." The man's expression doesn't change. "Sit down." "We've imposed enough." "That wasn't a request." He gestures to an empty chair. "Sit." His authority blankets the room. Guards shift nervously. Maris touches my elbow gently. I reluctantly take the seat, pulling Eli onto my lap. "I am Ronan Vale, Alpha King of the Northern Wilds." His words fall like stones. "You trespassed on my territory." Fear tightens my throat. "We didn't know." "The penalty is death." His eyes remain fixed on mine. "But I've decided you're under my protection." The room falls silent. Another man steps forward from the shadows. Older, with scars crossing his face. "Your Majesty," he says. "A private word." Ronan ignores him. "What's your name?" "Lena Morin." My voice sounds smaller than I intend. "This is my nephew, Eli." "The boy doesn't speak?" I pull Eli closer. "Not since his mother died." Something shifts in Ronan's expression. The hardness cracks momentarily, then reforms. "Calder will show you to permanent quarters." He stands abruptly. "You're to remain within these walls." My spine straightens. "We don't need charity." "It's not charity." His voice cuts through my objection. "It's a command." "I don't belong to anyone," I say. "We're leaving." Ronan moves faster than should be possible. Suddenly he looms over me, his presence suffocating. "The rogues who attacked you bear the mark of Darius." His breath fans my face. "They'll kill you both if you leave." The scarred man, Calder, steps between us. "Your Majesty?" Ronan's jaw tightens. He steps back, control reclaimed. "Show them to the east wing." He strides from the hall without another word. The doors slam behind him with finality. Calder sighs. "You should be grateful. He rarely shows mercy." "Is it mercy to make us prisoners?" I ask. "It's protection." Calder's eyes soften as they land on Eli. Come, you need rest. He leads us through more corridors. Eli's hand remains firmly in mine. The East Wing quarters are larger than my family's entire house. 2 bedrooms connect to a sitting area with its own hearth. Windows overlook snow-covered forests. Why would he help us? I ask Calder before he leaves. Calder pauses at the door. The king has his reasons. After he's gone, I explore our new cage. Expensive furniture, thick rugs, books line shelves along one wall. In the smaller bedroom, I find children's toys. They look unused but well-maintained, waiting. Eli tugs my sleeve. He points to a painting above the hearth, a family portrait. Ronan stands beside a beautiful woman. She holds a small boy. The child's face hits me like a physical blow. The resemblance to Eli is striking. The same eyes, the same gentle expression. My breath catches. Understanding dawns slowly. What happened to them? I whisper to the empty room. Eli draws on his parchment while I stare at the portrait. His pencil moves quickly. He holds up the finished drawing. 3 figures holding hands. A family. Outside, snow falls heavily against darkening skies. We are trapped here now, with a king whose eyes hold secrets darker than the coming night. I tuck Eli into bed. His eyes close almost immediately. I won't let anyone hurt you, I promise. But as I stare out at the blizzard, I wonder who will protect us from the beast who rules this frozen kingdom. 3 days pass behind stone walls. The blizzard rages outside, trapping us more effectively than any order. Eli explores every corner of our quarters while I plan our escape. Maris brings meals and stories. The king lost his mate and son 5 years ago, she tells me over tea. Rogues with marked blades, the same pack that attacked you. My fingers tighten around my cup. Is that why he's keeping us here? Perhaps he sees something worth saving. Maris gathers empty plates. Or someone. I find Ronan's private training yard by accident. My wandering feet betray me. Men shift between human and wolf forms, their bodies blurring with power. I stand frozen, watching. Curious, aren't you? His voice startles me from behind. I turn to face him. Ronan wears simple training clothes that do nothing to diminish his authority. Sweat glistens on his skin. You said no wandering, I admit. I'm not good at following rules. Something unexpected happens. The corner of his mouth twitches, almost a smile. Neither was she. His voice softens briefly. Before I can ask who, Calder approaches with urgent news. I slip away, his words following me. She reminds me of her. Eli changes everything. He leaves drawings outside Ronan's chambers each morning, wolves, castles, families. I try to stop him, but he insists in his silent way. I find them together in the library. Ronan sits beside Eli, showing him a book of wolf legends. Neither notices me watching. Eli's small hand rests on Ronan's arm without fear. He never lets anyone touch him, Maris whispers beside me. Not since they died. That night, rogues breach the outer wall. Alarms echo through the castle. I barricade our door as guards rush past. Eli clutches his drawing pad, his eyes wide with terror. The door splinters inward. A rogue lunges through the broken wood. I grab a fireplace poker and swing with desperate strength. The creature howls in pain but advances. I position myself between it and Eli. Run, I shout at him. Hide! The rogue's claws slash toward my face. I stumble backward. A black blur crashes through the doorway. Ronan's wolf form tears into the intruder with savage precision. Blood sprays across the floor. More rogues pour through the broken door. Ronan fights with terrifying efficiency. His jaws snap bones. His claws rend flesh. This is not protection. This is vengeance. I pull Eli into the bedroom and lock the door. His small body trembles against mine. Silence falls eventually. Heavy breathing penetrates the door. Lena! Ronan's voice is hoarse. Open the door. I hesitate. The image of his monstrous violence burns in my mind. Please. The word sounds foreign from his lips. I open the door. Ronan stands bloodied but unharmed. His eyes scan us quickly, assessing. Pack essentials, he orders. We're moving you to my quarters. My protest dies as he adds, they targeted your rooms specifically. The king's chambers occupy an entire tower. Guards stand at every approach. Inside, luxury surrounds us, but it feels hollow, unused. A small door connects to a second bedchamber. Dust covers tiny furniture, a child's room preserved like a shrine. My son's room. Ronan stands in the doorway. Eli can use it tonight. His voice is wooden. His eyes find mine. The attack was coordinated. Someone told them where to find you. Why would anyone care about us? Ronan's jaw tightens. Because I care. The admission hangs between us. I don't know how to respond. Get some rest. He turns away. Tomorrow I'll show you something. Dawn brings weak sunlight. Ronan leads us through the castle to a small courtyard. Snow covers 3 grave markers. Fresh flowers somehow bloom despite the cold. My mate Lyra, he says, touching the largest stone. And my son, Arden. The third stone bears no name. Ronan's hand lingers on its surface. For the child she carried. His voice breaks slightly. They killed them while I was away. Eli steps forward. He places his drawing on Arden's grave, 2 boys playing with wolves. Ronan's breath catches. Something shifts in his expression. The mask slips completely. I understand loss. I place my hand on the cold stone. I'm sorry. Darius was my general. Bitterness tinges Ronan's words. He wanted the throne. When I banished him, he took revenge on those I loved. The rogues who killed my sister bore the same mark. Ronan's eyes find mine. We share the same enemy. We walk back in silence. Eli runs ahead with a wolf pup that follows him everywhere now. Why keep us here? I finally ask. Because outside these walls he will find you. Ronan's voice tightens with certainty. And I've watched enough innocents die. That night, we share a quiet meal. Eli sits between us, teaching the pup simple commands. Ronan's laughter startles me. The sound transforms his face. For one moment, we almost feel like something real. Something I dare not name. A guard interrupts with a message. Ronan reads it, his expression darkening. His fingers crush the parchment. What is it? I ask. Ronan stares into the fire. Darius sends terms, the boy for my crown. My hand finds Eli's shoulder. He'll never touch him. No. Ronan's eyes burn with something beyond anger. He won't. The silence stretches between us, filled with unspoken fears. Outside, wolves howl at the rising moon. Inside, a different kind of storm builds. I cannot sleep. Darius's threat circles my mind like a predator. Eli rests peacefully, unaware of the danger closing in. The wolf pup curls at his feet, its tiny body rising and falling with each breath. The castle feels like a trap now. These walls no longer protect, they confine. I pack our meager belongings when midnight passes. The stables should be empty. We'll take a horse, ride south before dawn breaks, away from Darius, away from the memories haunting these stone corridors, away from him. My heart aches at the thought. I push the feeling aside. Ronan doesn't need us. We remind him of his pain. The corridors stand empty. Guards patrol the outer walls, their attention focused outward. I slip through shadows with practiced silence. Eli sleeps in my arms, his weight growing heavier with each step. The stables smell of hay and horses. I choose the smallest mare, saddling her quietly. My hands shake. Going somewhere? I freeze. Calder steps from the shadows, his scarred face unreadable. "We're endangering everyone here," I say. Calder blocks my path. "You'll endanger yourself more by leaving. I can protect my nephew. Like you protected him in the forest?" Calder's words cut deep. "You'd be dead without Ronan." I secure the last strap. "Move aside." "He hasn't cared about anything since they died." Calder's voice softens. "Until you." My resolve wavers. The stable door crashes open before I can respond. 3 rogues enter, their twisted forms hunched with purpose. Calder shouts a warning. The first rogue leaps at him. They crash into stall doors. I clutch Eli to my chest and run. The night air hits my face as I burst outside. More rogues wait in the courtyard. We're surrounded. A sharp pain explodes in my shoulder. I stumble, nearly dropping Eli. Blood soaks through my coat. Howls split the night. Ronan's guards pour into the courtyard. Wolves clash with rogues in a frenzy of teeth and claws. A massive black wolf cuts through the chaos. Ronan's form towers over the others. His jaws close around throats with deadly precision. His eyes find mine across the blood-soaked snow. The largest rogue breaks through the fighting. He grabs Eli from my weakening arms. My nephew's eyes fly open in terror. "Stop!" I scream. "Take me instead!" The rogue pauses. His mutilated face twists into something like a smile. Ronan charges toward us. The rogue laughs, a horrible, broken sound, and retreats through the castle gates. Eli's silent scream tears at my heart. "Eli!" I stagger after them, blood trailing behind me. Ronan shifts to human form beside me. His eyes burn with fury and fear. "What have you done?" "I thought I was protecting him." My legs give out. I was wrong. He catches me before I fall. His arms feel like steel bands. "Why didn't you trust me?" "I've never trusted anyone." Tears blur my vision. "Everyone leaves eventually." Something shifts in his expression. Anger dissolves into determination. "Not everyone." The wound in my shoulder throbs. Ronan tears strips from his shirt to bind it. "They're taking him to Darius," he says, working quickly. "To the old temple ruins." "How do you know?" "Because that's where I banished him." Ronan's voice hardens. "That's where I'll kill him." Dawn breaks as we ride through the forest. My body aches with each movement, but I refuse to slow down. Ronan leads a company of his best warriors. Their wolves run silent alongside our horses. "Darius wants you to come," I say. "It's a trap." Ronan's jaw tightens. I'm counting on it. The ruins appear on the horizon. Ancient stones rise from snow-covered ground. Time and violence have reduced a once grand temple to broken columns and crumbling walls. Ronan signals a halt. He'll expect us to charge in. I dismount carefully. "So what do we do?" Something unexpected. His eyes find mine. We go alone. Calder protests immediately. Ronan silences him with a look. "If we fail," Ronan tells him, "protect the northern wilds." Understanding passes between them. Calder bows his head in reluctant acceptance. Ronan turns to me. "Can you walk?" I straighten my spine. "For Eli, I can run." We approach the ruins from the east. Ronan moves with predatory grace. I follow his footsteps exactly. Pain narrows my vision, but I push forward. Voices echo through broken columns. Darius speaks to his rogues, his tone dripping with anticipated victory. I catch glimpses of Eli tied to a fallen pillar, his eyes wide with terror. "Distract them," Ronan whispers. "I'll circle around." Before I can agree, he melts into shadows. I take a deep breath and step into the open. "Let him go." My voice carries across the ruins. "It's me you want." Heads turn. At least a dozen rogues surround a man whose beauty has been twisted by cruelty. Darius. His eyes gleam with triumph. The human pet arrives. He steps forward. "Where's your master?" I advance steadily. I belong to no one. Darius laughs. The sound chills my blood. You belong to him. I saw it in the way he protected you. He gestures to Eli, just as he once protected them. Your quarrel is with Ronan, I say, not with an innocent child. My quarrel is with everything he loves. Darius draws a blade marked with the same symbol from the forest. And he will watch you die, just as he watched them. Movement catches my eye. Ronan creeps closer to Eli, just a few more moments. You're wrong about him, I say. He's not the monster you are. Darius snarls. He took everything from me. You betrayed him first. I step closer, drawing his attention. You chose power over loyalty. Rage distorts his features. He lunges toward me. Enough words. His blade swings toward my throat. I dodge too slowly. Pain explodes across my chest. A roar shakes the ruins. Ronan charges from hiding. Darius turns, smiling. He expected this. Rogues ambush Ronan from hidden positions. He fights with terrifying power, but they overwhelm him through numbers. A blade pierces his shoulder. He falls to one knee. Darius drags me forward by my hair. Watch, King. Lose another child. He raises his blade toward Eli. Time slows. Ronan's eyes meet mine across the chaos. I break free with desperate strength and throw myself between the blade and Eli. Metal slices through my side. I collapse beside my nephew, fumbling with his bonds. Darius laughs. How touching. He raises his blade again. Ronan charges through the rogues, taking the strike meant for us. Blood sprays across snow. No! I scream. Something miraculous happens. Eli's mouth opens. Father! The word rings clear across the ruins. Everything stops. Darius freezes in shock. Ronan's eyes widen. That single moment gives Ronan the opening he needs. He shifts to wolf form in an explosion of power. His massive jaws close around Darius's throat. The battle ends quickly. Rogues flee as their leader falls. Blood stains the snow crimson. I untie Eli with trembling hands. He runs to Ronan, who has shifted back to human form. The king kneels in the snow, wounded but alive. Eli touches his face without fear. Ronan's breath catches. His arms circle my nephew with gentle protection. I stagger toward them, pressing my hand against my bleeding side. Ronan looks up. His eyes find mine. I fall to my knees beside them. You came for us. Always, he whispers. My hands cradle his face. Tears blur my vision. You're not alone anymore. His lips find mine through blood and tears. The kiss tastes of promise and pain and hope reborn. Eli's small arms wrap around us both. For the first time since my sister died, I feel it, the thing I've been searching for. Home. Epilogue. The healers said I wouldn't walk for weeks. They underestimated my stubbornness. 6 months have passed since the battle at the ruins. Spring transforms the northern wilds into a riot of green. The castle windows stand open to welcome warm breezes. Eli's voice grows stronger each day. He speaks in short sentences now, each word a gift. The wolf pup, now twice its size, follows him everywhere. They race through corridors that once echoed with emptiness. Maris teaches me the castle's rhythms. Calder shows me maps of our territories. Our territories. The thought still startles me. I find Ronan in the courtyard where 3 graves once stood. Now only 2 remain. The unnamed marker has been replaced by a garden that blooms with wild abandon. For the future, he told me when he planted the first seeds. His arms circle my waist as I approach. His eyes find mine. The Northern Patrol returns tomorrow, he says. No sign of rogues for months. I rest my head against his chest. His heartbeat steadies mine. Eli wants to join your training sessions, I tell him. He says he's ready to learn. Ronan's laugh rumbles through his chest. He's braver than most of my warriors. We walk together toward the sound of Eli's voice. He sits in the great hall, reading aloud to Maris and Calder. His face lights up when he sees us. "Father! Mother!" He runs to us with outstretched arms. The first time he called me mother, I wept for an hour. Now the word feels right. Necessary. That night, I stand on our balcony watching the valley below. Wolves howl in peaceful communion. Their voices rise toward stars that no longer feel cold or distant. Ronan joins me, his hand finding mine. "What are you thinking?" "About family," I say. "About how we found ours in the strangest place." He pulls me against him. His kiss deepens with promises kept, and others still to make. "I once thought love was weakness," he whispers against my hair. "You proved me wrong." Inside, Eli sleeps peacefully. Outside, the kingdom thrives under spring moonlight. We stand together between these worlds, no longer broken. We are finally home,